Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the Summit 5 American Qualifiers. FDL facing off against EWolves. Best of 3, game number 2. I can't freaking wait. I'm Lyrical Dota, joined today by Mappack. Sir, we saw some shenanigans in the last game. EWolves are taking the lifesteal out of the pool. They've had enough of it. What are you thinking so far?
I mean, can you blame them? I don't think I'd want to do it. I'm done with that. What is Bisa, Tranquil's Radiance kill you 4 times in your lane, and this still comes out and their whole team here, so punishment accepted. They're gonna move on, they're getting rid of it. That does leave the Doom ban here, which most likely one you'd be expect, but ooh, they don't want to give up. Bash Invoker. And they're actually gonna take the Beastmaster. Oh, FDL are taking that off lane Doom. Question.
Just think that because it's available there that they wanted to give that a one away to the side of FDL there potentially?
I'd say that, yeah, like seeing that the Beastmaster was left, they figured that they would take that, and then themselves for FDL can take the Doom. Renna is either the 4 or the 3. They do both on their own side, and being Dire side is better. You never really know where he's going to quite wind up. They've done all kinds of cute little combinations. Oh, okay. All right, fine. Be that way. See if I care. Why are we skipping Doom? What
it's
is
because
this?
they want to bait EWolves into taking it for their 3 position, and they'll put Beastmaster in the 4, and then they'll just try and run over them. No, I don't know. It does seem a little bit weird. I guess, is there any other way that you could potentially run those 2 together? Maybe as like a dual aggressive off lane, but I don't even know if that would really work either. Is there any chance that EWolves take the Doom here? I mean, I know it's such high priority.
At this draft, just said, I'm done. I had to like recheck the bans to make sure I didn't miss it.
Yeah.
Very surprising. Radiant side, I don't think so. Maybe Dire side, you might do like that, but I'll say no, and this way it'll happen.
Lion.
So a lot of great Dota 2 still to come, and we're going to see how the American qualifiers finish up here, as the Lion is going to be what they go back for. This is a lot of ganking potential if the Beastmaster gets that level 6 and Lion's able to get it relatively quickly too. Just like a roar into finger, that is deadly.
Yeah, and now the second phase, they could even still remove the CC Puck, which I think that's like the pair up with the Nature's Prophet. I know they run time together too, and even though you have the Lion, you have the Roar, they're like 2 of the best counters to Puck. I still think you want to get rid of it just because of how good the guy is on the hero. Every time I see him, he seems to put up a pretty good show. Nature's Prophet, Witch Doctor, very open draft, so they have plenty of ways they can go. The only thing that seems to be missing is C-Push, you see Stain, that control element, the damage are the last little bits to try and put together that nice little stable draft we all love.
Dire team ban.
Yeah, no, I'm still here.
Hey, sorry, your voice cut out for a second. I wasn't sure what that was. Mappack sneaking around.
Yeah, you know me.
Skype channels, absolutely. Well, again, we did have that Slark ban on the Lone Druid. Lone Druid, another one of those heroes. I was filling out my predictions a little bit earlier for my battle pass, and I was looking through the stats to try and see who some of the least killed heroes are, and Lone Druid, lo and behold, is one of those ones that's up top there. Can just be such a pain to deal with throughout the whole course of the game, but they're going to take him out as well as the Doom now.
Yeah, definitely not a shocking revelation there, man. He's so annoying to play against. That Savage Roar, I don't know where that came from. I don't know what Ice Frog was thinking. Brought that hero back. It's so difficult to try and punish him early on before he has that Radiance. And
Reserve time.
prevalent in the meta. It's like still staying for so long. I'm excited to see them actually like open up these drafts here now, trying to figure out like where we're going. In terms of last pick, FDL do have it for themselves, so that could be one of the reasons why they're not opening up with something like that puck earlier on, just because you do get to make that decision in the end as to what you'd like there.
Well, and I think that right now also there's still the potential that they could go back for that Tinker on the side of EWolves. They didn't get it last time, and while the draft doesn't signal that that's what they would be about as much, again, you start thinking about the ganking potential that comes out from this and being able to find kills. If a Beastmaster ever is able to find a roar target, you're going to be able to Tinker boots in on top of that Hawk or the Boar and cause a lot of trouble.
Yeah, that's true actually.
5 seconds remaining.
They don't have that much catch either when you're Nature's Prophet and a Witch Doctor.
Reserve time.
Yeah.
You can get the vision. So you're obviously lacking, but they're just going to keep going with push and sustain wrapped into one single hero. Hopefully Lass herself. In that mid lane, oh man, they can pick a 4 roll. Earlier tonight we saw the Prophet, little classy duo.
Whoa.
Dire team
Push drafts just keep on coming, man.
Yeah, this one, not too surprising. Again, probably I think it has one of the higher win rates this patch, just because whenever you're running a Lycan draft, it's a lineup that I think works well. There's kind of like the two ways to play right now. You go for the super late game, where you try and make the game end at around that 20 to 30 minute mark, and that's what Lycan is all about, just pushing like crazy. But FDL are gonna come back with the axe. It's just like every time they're. Have you ever seen like, you know, you have those sides when you're staring somebody down, and then you take a step up across the stairs, and then they step up next to you. It's like back and forth trying to stare the other person down. My analogies are breaking down. I'm sorry.
I like it. So you got Wolves. Close pushing of the Lycan, the Beastmaster, the Necros, so many things. There's some great calls here, and they do run this in the jungle quite a bit, so gonna be looking pretty similar to game number 1. To have someone just camping out, doing his thing, likely gonna be Franz, and then we're just left for some sort of position 1 hero. Again, kind of shy on the control. Generally, we used to Faceless Void going with that Death Prophet, trying for all kinds of work. The Slider would be kind of an example of one of those for 1 heroes you'd like for that control element, but there he is, the Van Tinker. A little surprising with Lycan, not the best synergy I see in a lot of ways.
Well, I guess the one thing that you could say there is that maybe Lycan is going to be able, or Tinker's going to be able to keep those lanes pushed out so that Lycan can do the damage. And it's still kind of like, you know, maybe they have the 4 heroes that are roaming around in the early stages, making space for that Tinker, who can then come in with his bots and start wrecking havoc. I think that I've seen Van Tinker go for like the Aether Lens into Agnum's build, and then just try and like go back and forth to base a lot and do a ton of damage with that refraction. But it's not quite as good when you have the laser against this type of lineup, because not a ton of them have to do with right clicks at all. Like DP is exorcism, axe is spins, Witch Doctor is not really right clicking. Nature's Prophet's really the only one.
Gonna be the biggest value on that one, so kind of like the Dagon too. This game should be all right.
Ooh,
just do his normal
nice
thing, blinking around, and should just be a position 5 pick. Guess here, just let the line get a little bit more firm. Some teams like to put him in that 5 role, but they were thinking the Earth Spirit too, which would definitely be a worthy hero if you want to go for like a bounty hunter or something, possibly.
I mean, they are going to push lineup, so maybe a little bit more of the, like, they could go Winter Wyvern themselves if they wanted to. That wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. It's not like the greatest synergy, actually, because again, it's not the right clicks. What else is really good with D-Push? If they wanted, they could go like Dazzle. Maybe.
There's also not going to be that much aggression early on, because you know the axe is going to be front. So if you want to get greedy and go Jungle Beastmaster, maybe you could, and pick up another offlaner. Like the offlaner for Dyers is going to be the... So they'll get the Enchantress, kind of close.
Yeah,
they want to do that.
I mean, and they can get aggressive in that safe lane if they want to now too. You got Beastmaster and Enchantress. I wasn't thinking about the dynamic also of the axe against the Dazzle, so Grave doesn't really care all that much. I kind of like this. Lycan and Lion should be able to hold their own against Nature's Prophet, and Enchantress can kind of just zoom around wherever she wants to be.
So how do you kill Tinker? Because right now you have an X,
Reserve time.
and you have a Nature's Prophet. You probably want some sort of a follow-up stun. Try to keep that guy in place.
Earthshaker, maybe?
Well, I think it's going to be position 1 hero left.
Oh, right, of course. You don't think that they?
Not
I mean,
that I'm
they could
against
run
the Egg Shaker.
They could run like the axe in the position one. We've seen that
Yeah,
from
they
time
could.
to time.
Yeah, for sure. That is a possibility. I don't think they have themselves. I'm more about like the Slarks.
Yeah. Maybe Sven isn't really that great either here. Slark or Jug is kind of okay if you're able to get up to an Abyssal, but again, like a lot of those sort of lockdown carries, they're not really the greatest at being able to deal with Tinker anyways, because he can usually see those stuns coming his way. So needs something, maybe an Abyssal carrier.
Yeah, almost. It's a tough one.
Knights,
You can just go for like a gyro, maybe, like decent magic damage all around, a little bit of push in case like the Lycan starts getting a little bit out of hand or something like that. But you still just get run down by a Lycan, so gyrocopter. Tough pick. Take your time on this one.
I think the Tinker threw him a little bit for a loop. They weren't completely prepared for. I mean, you can itemize eventually to deal with the Tinker with like a Nature's Prophet Blink Hex, and also the DP sometimes can go for hexes as well. It's just not the cleanest thing in the world. They don't have that built in.
Wow.
So it is going to be an Abyssal carrier, but they're not expecting the Bristleback completely. I think this is just like run up and take down towers. We're not going to let Tinker get big.
A couple teams, like this is kind of what Newbie was doing a little bit too, like just like mega tanky cores that you can't deal with, in case I suppose it'll be a quad core if. I suppose a tri-core of tanky, and it's kind of a Nature's Prophet hanging out on the side. Once again, poor old Stank. So poor again, that guy.
Yeah, it's a rough life. Well, maybe he's going to be able to build into something, but it looks like he's probably going to be fairly stuck at and not being able to do a lot. So it is going to be that Bristleback in the safe lane. Does this game basically come down to how quickly Tinker gets online, or what do you think is going to be one of the big defining factors? Maybe how well the Bristleback does in lane? What's your thoughts there?
The axe rotations, I think, would be ones that we kind of saw that last game with the Beastmaster coming out from Bronze, where he just showed up in that lane that was going shit, turned it around, and fell them into some moments where they were able to get some better levels, and up with the fire and keep up with the push that was coming up from EWolves. So I'm expecting a lot of him again. Death Prophet's going to be static, just chilling in the lane. Ganked too hard, I don't think. From like the Enchantress, I don't think that pressure's going to be too ridiculous up against that Tinker. Life should be fairly good for him. So, and same thing with Bisa, right? This thing, maybe get some ancient stacks going. If you can send some treants over from MJW, that would be just fantastic there, but
Looks like for the moment they're oh god, Van, I don't know if you want to walk downhill. Like if they're walking uphill into that'd be pretty bad, but it looks like for the moment at least they're all going to be waiting up here. Are they literally just going to stay here until somebody comes up to try and defend this? I don't know what their whole goal is here.
I'm not too sure. This kind of happened last time too. They're gonna come down now with Van.
This is a really weird start to this game. Like, because sometimes I've seen teams just like hold a couple of heroes up there on the high ground and then wait till the safe lane carry walks up, and then they go and try and find a kill. But that doesn't seem like it's fully possible, and it does look like they're going to back out now. And it looks like they're also going to be able to maybe get. They got the DP the rune and the Lycan the rune, so Tinker does not start out with that little bit of gold, and instead is just going to have to block.
Yeah, it's just not quite as important as it used to be anyway now without the experience, so I kind of understand why they're trying these kind of cheeky plays, right? Where you're just camping a staircase out in the middle of nowhere. So you don't just lose your lane if they de-ward a ward and get a bounty and suddenly they're level 2.
Yeah, that's true. That's the nice part about it. We do see that Van has ended up going for that laser first, so just going to try and make sure that he continues to mess with CC here, and wasn't quite able to get that denied. But it'll be an interesting battle at these early stages. As far as up top, it's going to be Smash playing in the offlane role, and he is not going to have the help of the Enchantress for now. She's just going to be trying to farm away for the moment.
Yeah, we'll see how much Masoku like has to help out the mid lane, just because this is a Death Prophet. She pretty much beats everybody there. You might struggle for old CC, and might have to come up and advance, still having some decent progression on those boots of travel, so he can kind of do his own thing. Bottom lane, that should be, I don't know, like kind of even. MJW I don't think should die until it's like level 3 or 4 for MGod.
Yeah, and he's going to continue to pull away, but in the mid lane, they've wrapped around and started to go onto this DP, going to be able to get the stun follow-up after the catch, and that's going to be first blood going the way of the Enchantress. Pretty nicely done.
Yeah, and still holding a smoke as well, so roll right into Centaur, nice little start. Axe with that deny, keeping up farm. You know, max efficiency. He even has a nice little double stack there too.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty good for him. But as you said, yeah, denying himself out. Was that was not intentional, was it, or was it intentional? He bought out fully?
It was kind of hard to tell. It didn't look like he bought out totally, but I mean, if they can't have that alive, there's no way.
Yeah.
Or at least you wouldn't see it coming.
Right, that's true. Well, he's going to again do a little call there and try and finish this one off. We saw the Winter Wyvern Axe combos that were pretty nice together, and Axe Jungle hasn't been, you know, seen all that frequently, but it still can be done pretty freaking great.
Oh, it's unreal how fast you can do it.
Yeah.
Like, you might have seen a couple videos posted where you're like trying to get the maximum efficiency, and the way you can use like Battle Hunger to keep is something that I'd like to see some teams take into practice, but mid lane, another dive.
Follow-up stun yet again. They're able to get the rocket laser, and my god, this Enchantress has just been able to secure Van a couple quick kills. This lane is going great for him. He's still behind in CS somehow, but yeah, that's okay.
Generally, you're like almost happy. It's kind of like Storm Spirit. You're kind of happy if you can trade farm as the Tinker, I think.
Yeah.
And going this well is just ridiculous, especially up against the Death Prophet. And we talked about how important it was in our first series today when Grady was on the Death, trying to keep them down as much as you can. And that first like 8-9 minutes, you don't want them to hit that level 7 or 8 when they finally take that exorcism to focus your tower too early. You want them to have to try and make a comeback in these fights, and
yeah,
they're getting that done right now from EWolves.
I mean, it also helps a lot that he's been able to pick up this Arcane Rune now and can keep on spamming out these spells. 72 mana for laser is just ridiculous, and he can keep zoning out this DP consistently. Just tosses out some more of those, and that's the most efficient trade ever. Like, she hasn't ever bottle yet.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
No branches, baby. That's it.
And she's still running at him because that's the hero.
And there goes half KG.
Oh god. Well, bottom lane, Franz is rotated. He's had enough of the shenanigans that are going on.
I mean,
he's gonna
level
try to cut this out. Yeah, this is
like what?
It's 4 minutes into the game.
He's a level above Evo, who's been basically solo because MGod's mostly been in the jungle.
Yeah, this is a problem, and they're going to need to come and deal with this at some point. Of course,
I like this.
Pretty
It's
high
easy.
armor. Going to be able to find one possibly.
Ignores MGod. No,
oh my
don't
God.
care.
Well, they do have the stun that can come out from MGod for the moment. They throw out one nice catch there, and they haven't been able to dive quite all the way as of yet. So they end up being able to find that. Enchantress is going to take over the rest of the jungle, but yeah, this is a problem. Like, how do you deal with this at this point?
I don't think you do. I mean, you talked about like, the Dazzle is one of those heroes that can actually do something at this point, healing up the waves and using the axe. But if you don't have something like that that can contest that early, there's really nothing you can do. You just axe Dota. It's part of the pick.
Oh.
Comes for free.
Oh, the Purge creep in the mid lane. They find another one on the DP. That's so freaking good for the Enchantress, being able to pick that one up. It did end up going down to the tower, but still, pretty great start up there, and able to get herself in a great position. This Tinker is going to be able to do a lot, but the question is he going to come online quickly enough, given that they've already lost their tier 1 tower in the bottom lane?
That's a good question. They don't have any stacks going as well, so you might not have like the fastest boot travels you can imagine, but there's still time to get that done. Considering the kills, though, but 100 gold ahead of Beast. Right?
I mean, but look,
so.
Look at the Axis CS though. He's 42-1. He's
0.
They're doing a great job right now, and like also, I mean, Tinker does a lot of damage, granted, and he's got that pure damage which goes through all the armor that you've got on the Bristleback and, you know, the axe as well, but these are still tanky heroes. I don't know if they're gonna have enough damage in the mid game to deal with this axe who's halfway to a blink dagger.
Jeez. Yeah, that's a good question. Like, he's the top lane, Smash goes down, but he's gonna put the hate onto that Tinker as soon as that Blink Dagger does come up.
This is absurd. Franz is going to be able to get a couple more spins, actually doing a lot of damage to the Lycan again. Oh, it's such a difficult game right here for him, and he's actually just going to run at him. Are you freaking kidding me? There's going to be the Earth Spike through. He is going to drop low and die in the end. But my god, what a monster.
Damn. That kill threshold, 250 is like... It's actually so much HP this early on in the game, too. Axe is so powerful, right at level 6.
Yeah.
Spisa, in here pretty deep, but he should Mind Smash. He's a roar, but what kind of a rotation's even gonna come in here? You don't really have the heroes to punish this. It's very similar to EWolves trying to deal with the axe down bottom.
Yeah. They've just got to like do something to stop this push, though. It's going to come in. They get the roar down onto the Bristleback, and that's going to end up being it down. But Smash is still taking so much freaking damage, and it looks like Bristle is going to be able to walk away for the moment. But still, they've lost both of their tier 1 towers in top and bottom. This is really starting to become a problem.
Yeah, you lost CC a couple times, but yeah, the overall pressure being put on these two side lanes, like the supports have to rotate there, the Enchantress is busy doing that, so a little bit more space heading his way now. He's actually only 7 CS behind the Tinker at this, so gotta be happy with that. And they can, like, when do you even have to group your DP? That's kind of interesting. Like, I feel level 6 Man King hanging out down to like party up with Franz, they can just do these like blink calls into death wards.
Yeah. And he's almost there.
Ancients.
And Axe just got his Blink Dagger at just under 8 minutes.
And they just hold these for Bisa so he can catch up too.
Oh my god, this is disgusting. It's so much damage. He actually, didn't quite block that, so that was nice. But still. I do think that if you're FDL, you want to keep up the pressure, though, because like Tinker just now getting his boots of travel. He's got maxed out rocket and laser, no points right here in March to the Machines. All he wants to do is battle and start getting into a bit of a fray early, but doesn't know about this Blink Dagger that's about to be revealed. He's going to get jumped on by Franz. Can they actually find that initiation? It doesn't look like they're going to be able to get it as of yet. If Van does not respond quickly, yeah, he backs out. Good recognition that was going to happen, and they're not going to be able to find any kill on him there, although he's going to throw out those rockets.
Can they actually end up stopping it, though? TPs are coming in, but they're going to be too late.
Yeah.
Team 1 falls.
Tier 1, another one. You look at the difference in terms of net worth, FDL is still ahead, about 1,000, and even though you start off on such a great run here for the Tinker, it's not really translated relative to the tower gold that you've been getting on FDL.
Yeah, so EWolves, the potential for like the early lead, the quick towers, the early Roshan, that kind of like way this game could have gone is just totally out the window. That's done. Now you're just all in on the Tinker. Saddle up, all you, Van. You have to carry this game through. We're gonna try and create this. And we're going to capitalize on maybe you getting picked off by 4 heroes by taking a tower using our Lycan and our Howl, but it's going to be the one-man show if they want to pull this one out, I'd say.
The plus side is that none of the tier 2s have really taken any damage as of yet. So, I mean, granted, it's just under 10 minutes. That should be the case regardless. But, you know, Tinker is definitely going to start to scale better. You've got level 8 right now, about to be able to have rearm as well. So this is going to start translating into more and more battles as they end up being able to catch down here in the bottom line. Engat trying to run away. A nice Earth Spike connects onto 2. They're also going to end up bringing in MJW, trying to find the catch. They don't hit the Sprout onto the line. He's still running away and actually should be able to escape from this one. TPs and nothing to break it. Pretty nicely done there.
Yeah, that's good. So a little bit of a failed gank on this one. They don't have Exorcism. I was going to say if they did, they might actually go Roche because the line wouldn't be there, but 30 more seconds before that's going to be a possibility. They can just try and maybe focus down that tier 2 bottom, or at least there, and currently they'll just take the stacks. Pressure top.
And Bristleback's going in for that Vanguard first, so eventually he's going to be able to build... Like, do you think that for the Bristleback, you even think about going like Blink Abyssal just to deal with Van? Or is that really not worth it?
And not worth it yet. Like eventually, that's like definitely a possibility. We see a lot of like power bristlebacks pick up the blink dagger just to make sure they can just get into the middle of the fight, not get zoned out right away.
Right.
In a game like this, you're just gonna buy only Franz for the first like 3 minutes. I'd say he should be the one that's like, this is your job. You got to keep an eye on this tinker. We'll do everything else.
Oh, he unfortunately didn't end up dropping the call as of yet, and they're going to TP in on the Tinker. That's a lot of damage. They're going to be able to kill him off. Pretty nicely done there, as Franz is going to drop.
Yeah, maybe thinking
But
that his
they might
team
end
was
up
a bit
losing,
closer.
and I think that they are going to lose this tier 2 here. There's going to be the Earth Spike, only connects there onto the Nature's Prophet, and this should be M-God going down, and Chantress was able to kill off the Witch Doctor at the same time over in the jungle, and now actually going to try and rotate in, see if they can find something with the Tinker here, and MJW's going to TP away, so nothing doing.
Yeah, now mid lane. He's that's a lot of HP. Okay. Yeah, alright. We're good. We're good. MJW's just threatening at this point.
It's still not a tremendous lead, given that they've taken down a tier 2 tower and all of the tier 1s. Like, FDL, I don't know if I'd be feeling completely comfortable with the state of the game if they get picked off once here. This is where things start to get really scary. Smash is actually going to end up being able to get caught in here, and he's going to have to TP away. They do look like they're going to be able to get him out, so nicely done there. And actually, Finger of Death, he just blows him up. All right, let's do it.
It's Vanguard now. Bots. Still getting towards that Blink Dagger will be next on his list, but he's getting there. 4th overall, just 30 gold behind his own Lycan, so EWO is trying to keep up himself. Will they ever be able to get these towers? Maybe after Blink Dagger, like they can actually get the creeps, kill the tower, and then move into Roshan or something on the Radiant side themselves. It should be gone by then, I'd say, by FDL. I feel like they can take it as Franz is heading in bot.
Now looking to see if he can catch somebody who jumps onto Iwo there and trying to TP away. The Witch Doctor ulti only ends up hitting about once before he ends up being able to walk away from that one. So again, not making the best use of these ultimates and the timings. They are going to rotate a couple heroes down now, seeing if they can make something happen. They're going to end up dropping out the Rockets Go and going to connect onto several, but yeah, they're going to have to back out now. FDL do not want to be a part of this, at least as of yet. Well, maybe if they jump onto M-God. This is rather bold. He's going to take a lot of damage. There's going to be the Earthspark from afar, and also a couple of those lasers go out, and yeah, they're going to be able to find that kill.
That was nice. They had this work here, but it was being dewarded, so on their retreat out, they planted the second one, and one of the more like unusual spots in terms of always getting dewarded, like it's not here or here, guarantees the kill on the line. He's vast majority there disabled. The Roche Pit. I mean, that's all it really took. Them available and Lion dead.
Oh, jump in, call on to Smash. It's going to take a lot of damage. Wrath of Nature as well. Can they find the kill? Roar down, Franz drops, and now MJW also in a little bit of trouble. They were not expecting that Tinker back in there. And the question is, can they actually find anything else off the back of it? Again, I think that they're maybe a little bit overextending and not realizing how fragile their lead is at this point.
Yeah, it's I could understand it feeling maybe a little bit stronger, even though like they're down in kill count. They know that like oh, we went with 4 cores, like how could we be behind? But Masoku's really crimson. We already saw him like pick off the Witch Doctor. Obviously, he's got a lot of damage under the hood right now. Dragon Lance and moves Force Staff, which is a little bit interesting. I don't know if we'll actually see the glorious Hurricane. If there was ever a hero.
Yeah,
Bristleback's kind of a nice one to have.
That's true. It's really good to be able to have against him. And I mean, the other thing I always thought about with that was like maybe Axe to try and get people away from the call or whatever. They are going to be able to jump onto Axe, speaking of which, and there's the rearm with the lasers going to come out relatively shortly. They don't quite find the kill onto Smash. Meanwhile, CTC's dropping fairly low. Can they find this kill? They've got another rearm in a second. They drop out the missiles, and it is going to be able to finish off one. Looking for another, might be able to do it. There's the TP away. It looks like Lycan possibly is going to be able to get out of this one, though, as no teleports are going to, or no TP disables are going to come through. So they find 2 really big ones.
Not getting that dunk was huge. I mean, if you get that dunk, the move speed boost would have saved the DP and could have helped him close in as well onto the Lycan. So EO probably would have died and DP lived. All from a single R button hit, man.
And I'm telling you, it's a rough one right now. I again, like, you're looking at Van, and I just feel like he's starting to become such a big problem. Maxing out those rockets and lasers early. These heroes are just not prepared for the damage that's coming.
Yeah, it's gonna impact your farm speed, which might be why he's not like crazy ahead as Van. Like only madness, March of Madness.
It is. That's how it feels when you're playing against it.
March of the Machine, of course. Yeah.
Dire's middle tower.
Well,
is under
again, up top lane, Bristleback not really afraid of anything at this point, but Necrobooks are there. They pop it, they roar. There's going to be Van jumping in again and ready to go on top of him, able to bring him just so low, and unfortunately, Bisa's going to end up dropping again, I think. They do have the laser, I thought, maybe, possibly, if they can actually find this kill with the quill sprays coming through,
Yeah,
trying
that
to
would be
get
so
it.
sad.
Oh, they don't get him. Oh, that was really close.
Oh man, that would be depressing. If you're like the
Wait a
Bristle
minute.
and you're passive, yeah.
They've got the Hawk.
Should be dead on the DP right here.
Well, okay. Tinker ends up killing off the DP instead. I thought that they were going to be going for the Bristle on top of the Hawk, but didn't end up going for that one.
It ended up just being a couple impetus shots and doing his thing. Top lane. EW, man, he is just
Dire's bottom tower is under
faking DPs. Gets feeling pretty safe. Dire side vision. They don't have the best ideas of where all the Radiant heroes are. They do see the line bottom, so that's a pretty big indicator that like, oh, there shouldn't be too much support coming.
Yeah, like Wolves there
They
too.
don't see Franz.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. Again, this has been a really weird game because it's just there's so many global heroes with the Tinker, with the Nature's Prophet, bots going everywhere, and I mean, you're going to see the smoke that moves here and towards the bottom lane, and I think that this is sort of FDL saying we want to take control of this jungle. They've already got pretty good vision in the area, so they spot out that the Enchantress is going to be there.
This would be
and
a good
might have
time
also
to
seen
scam.
the Lycan. Oh, they're looking.
Oh,
they find a
nice.
catch. Going to be able to hold on to him. They've also got the Witch Doctor ulti, which is going to start bouncing around, and that should be another quick and easy one, as the Lycan is going to drop. Meanwhile, they're rearming for another one. They don't quite get the call. Oh, Franz was so close with that one. The Wolves breaking the blink was really solid.
Yeah, now Bisa having pushed the lane, good positioning. They start to try and close out and choke out this jungle themselves. Do they have any more observers and sentries? They got one of each on. Lock down a little bit more of this vision. That's so cool. A little bit too close for comfort here, but top lane.
Yeah.
Match is getting quite a bit done here as Van In will join him.
And this is going to be the time to try and push these out. As far as sort of other items that we've got up and online, Bristleback is going back for that Sanj, and I'm assuming he's going to build into a Yacha. They just need to be able to get some of that magical resistance, though, I feel like. And looks like Bisa wants to party a little bit. They're also going to bring in the Nature's Prophet. Van is still in the area, and there's going to be the blink back roar. Going to be able to just kill off MJW, I think, at least close to it, and is going to end up trying to chase him away for the moment. There's going to be the silence TP away. Dire Curry goes down. Van is going to drop over extensions, and they're able to find that kill.
Poor Tanker. He's actually going for the Aether Lens. All right. Is that what this is?
I think so. That's the build that I think I've seen him do it a couple of times. Yeah. I'm not sure if he goes Ags every time. The other one he sometimes goes Dagon, but I don't know. We'll see.
Makes sense. That laser quite a bit and quite a bit of damage. 320 pure versus a Death Prophet trying to burst down.
You also get the increase. What's the amp damage that comes out from the Aether Lens? Is it 5%? 8%. So you get another numbers worth.
Oh, it is 5. Did it used to be 8?
I think it did, but it changed with the int changes.
Yeah.
So you're still going to get, what is that going to end up being? 5%. Oh my god, math. I'm so terrible. 32. Okay, I can't do it.
Something like 9%-ish.
It's not
All
a
that
10.
matters.
Oh, jeez.
A little
I
under
just
9.
embarrassed myself. Well, 20 minutes into the game, it's relatively even in terms of net worth. Experience a little bit into the lead of EWolves, but more importantly, it's really the towers that tell the tale. They've been able to take down one of the tier 2s from the Radiant, and meanwhile you've got a tier 1 that's still standing on the Dire side. Sand King breaks his smoke and runs right into the Enchantress, but not going to be able to find the kill. Meanwhile, CC, so Bisa, they all they're fighting, getting ready.
There's just no like real big initiator. I mean, you have the axe, but he has a very specific jump that he wants. A jump like this with his wolves and everything, you know.
Yeah. That's pretty nice. And also going to be able to drop down the Death Ward. This should be a kill, I think, possibly.
Oh, nice
well,
X.
Earthspike turning it around. They're going to be able to make this happen if they want to. And there's going to be the ulti coming out. They end up being able to kill off the Death Prophet. The Ravage comes through on it too as well. And Means trying to get out of there. Beast is taking a lot of damage. Where is the Tinker right now? They're doing so much to Sand King. He is going to end up dropping. Now the chase is going to continue. EWolves does not want to get too close to those quills. There's going to be another Earthspike that comes out, draining away the mana. And Beasta is going to die. 4 heroes dead in a matter of seconds on the FDL, and you talked about it. If they don't have much there to follow up after the axe, it's not going to be a clean kill.
Yeah, it feels like it's been so long that both teams have just like slow little dance around each other and trying to find that perfect opportunity because they just have initiation at all from EWolves. Like they are reactionary. They can't really start a fight. Look at this though. Suddenly just, you know, FDL run right into them. They win that. They're dropping items here. 50 tranquil boots from Smash.
I mean, it's sort of like the Liquid style. It's reminiscent of that, where you basically build a bunch of pushing heroes, and then as soon as you take a team fight on good terms, you just basically take a ton of objectives and almost win the game. Like Beastmaster Lycan, you're going to be able to take some towers.
Yeah, and the next one will be equally scary. Hopefully for the bot lane. Save this out. EWolves will be nice. Sprout, unfortunately, not canceling T. Kill Ice Prawn, please. Come on, that's all we need is more Nate Profit back in the middle.
Well,
the items. Like... Necro 3 now done. That is nice here. Man, the Radiator is going to have such a huge power spike now at this point. Oh, jeez. It's going to spike that net worth graph.
Yeah, it's a rough one. That's 5,000 lead, roughly. And it looks like also he's going to end up going for Shadow Blade. Oh my god.
Oh, can I see a Hurricane Pike play here? I've yet to see one.
Looking for it. Break the TPs.
Oh,
they can do it. Oh, that's too bad. He needs to get out of here. He actually does not have a TP. And this is going to be Axe running right into him. I don't know if they find this kill. There's going to be the call, and also has that blade just trying to hit away as much as possible. Is the Witch Doctor ulti not going to be able to be enough? Suvu did still not buy a TP. So
yeah, he's just like, I'm dead. I'm just going to take my time.
He's going to run away for a little while longer.
I'm the Tinker now. The space.
I mean, and while they're doing this, they're taking all the towers over here in the bottom lane. What the hell? Oh my god.
And I killed CC. Necros. What? Roar Necros?
Roar Necros, everybody, their FDL is kind of coming apart a little bit here. They're going to be able to jump onto Bisa again, gets hexed, and this is going to be a ton of damage coming out. Nobody is here to stop this. They also do have the catch. The call doesn't hit anybody. They do manage to kill off the courier. FDL is kind of, there's cracks appearing all over. The Witch Doctor's just dead. He like walked into it, I think. They end up being able to jump on AWO, but look at the damage coming out from Van. He's just a madman right here, and Franz is going to start to drop pretty low. They've got the rearm in a second if they want to go back in. Like, the tier 2 tower is still standing.
No, he's going for that Aghanim Scepter, gotta say. And I'm getting to see a couple things I don't usually get. The Aghanim Scepter, definitely not the most common thing these days. And then this Hurricane Fire, I've actually never seen one used in a competitive game myself. I'm gonna cast it. I also haven't heard that new sound effect that I heard in the patch too.
I haven't heard about that. I'm curious as
well. Apparently it's like a trying to differentiate it from Force Staff, but it only makes the noise if you use it on an enemy. If you use it like a Force Staff on yourself or an ally, still the old noise.
Okay. Well, we'll be on the lookout for that one. Looks like Roche is going to be the next place that they go. That scan did not scout out anything at the moment, at least. So maybe we end up seeing M-God walk into this one. They are going to be able to... I don't know if they spotted the DP going into that.
I think they did. But yeah, it's hard to tell. They'll certainly know now.
Yeah, they're going to send that guy on into there, and he's going to soak up a little bit of damage. The clap from afar. It looks
top
like,
lane. Top.
Yeah, they're just going to kill off Franz instead. Nicely done.
What a weird game. Oh, wow, that Aghanim Scepter laser.
Yeah, it's absurd.
Damage, yo.
Look at this. Are you kidding me? Look at the damage that comes in onto these guys. Just he's able to kill off one. That was a really nice blink away, but my god, the damage is real. And meanwhile, they're going to continue to chase.
Chasing.
That's already CC. He's dropping fairly low, and it's Van as well, and they're going to be able to just blink away from him. You'll Scepter up, but it's all for naught as he's going to end up getting brought down.
Van
my god.
every one of his blinks are so cool. Like the way that he keeps moving forward but moves to a hidden position while he's rearming every single time.
Oh, Bisa, he jumped in, but they were able to stop it. The refraction is doing work as well from afar. They're going to be able to catch him onto MJW, dropping pretty low. He wants another one. Is he going to go for it? Doesn't end up dropping out, and it looks like instead they're going to content themselves with just taking the first lane of barracks. And man, EWolves, after a rough start in game number 1, have really come back strong here in game number 2.
Yeah, geez, you'd think this guy was a Tinker player or something. I just don't even know what's happening. Van carrying with this build.
I mean, we talked about it. This was what they were, I think, looking for last game, and ended up being able to take it in the second phase this time around. If I'm FDL, I'm even thinking about banning that first phase, potentially. Like, it's just such a comfort hero, and he can do... If he gets what he wants on it in those first couple of minutes, it's just so difficult to deal with.
Top. Oh, do they both have... Oh, there's a Shadow Blade on Franz.
Well... Franz looking for him, but not going to be able to find him. They hiding in those trees. So what do you think? What's your verdict on the Ags Tinker?
Is he looking at this 2-8 no death prop, but I haven't realized just how little CC actually do.
Hello?
Oh my, sorry. I had that one muted. Bad. I was actually just saying, well, first off, Smash 100% by Smash.
No Earth Spike, a lot of lasers and rockets coming out. Iwo is not afraid. They're just gonna kill them all. The finger of death from afar. Van is like a madman. He keeps on going into these heroes. He's not afraid. The jump forward, the blink.
Oh my, that blade mail was
How
so
much
close to killing
damage
him.
has he done in this fight already?
He might die.
2,200 over the course of just a couple of seconds, and then the second one through is going to be probably a similar story.
If Bisa had actually turned and used his blade mail, I think Van would have died, which is kind of funny. Just at that very last rocket. But either way, the mass blade mails are definitely a strategy up against this Aghanim Scepter Tinker here. Wouldn't mind seeing a couple more. Like, who else can grab one? Probably CC, honestly. Like, you're so far behind in terms of itemization. 9-1 now. I hadn't really caught on to the fact that we have a support death prop in this game. CC just never got rolling.
It's really been a rough life, and you know, having to go back for that casual cloak for the 15 spell resistance, it's just such a difficult game for him. And honestly, a lot of the damage that we're seeing coming out is not actually from the rockets, it's from that laser. And I mean, look at it, it's going to end up being 320 pure damage plus the damage amplification that we were talking about, which by the way found out it's 16 pure damage from the Aether Lens. So hey-o.
Yeah, someone buy like a veil for these rockets too, you know? Send them up.
Yeah. Wouldn't be the worst. They just don't have an answer. He's too strong.
And you talk about itemizing to work. Definitely something that you'll see for the Nature's Prophet, the Blink one, but we're nowhere near that. There's no... well, maybe there's an Abyssal soon, actually, for Bisa. He's got 3k. He might just be needing BKB with how bad these fights are going, though.
I mean, the thing is that you look at the way that they tried to itemize around it. They went Shadow Blade on Axe, which, granted, is kind of nice, but the problem is you never know where Tinker's going to be, and every time Van is rearming, he's going for another blink. Like, he's making sure that he's always on the move because he does not want to get caught out there.
W? Advanced him? I totally did.
I don't know. I have no idea. He's just...
I've been looking at his hero, honestly.
He's crazy. Now he's back out again at the top of the map. Gonna push these out, throwing lasers.
The SEA style Tinker where he used to go Bloodstone first, but he's been running out of mana in a lot of these engagements. It's understandable he's grabbing this, get himself a couple charges, and he'll never leave.
Yeah. Well, Bristleback is the warrior at the front door. He is just turning his back to the world and hoping that he soaks up enough damage.
Oh, cut the Centaur way back here, yeah. Hey, he's in here!
Yeah. Oh my god, the call! He tried to go for it! They actually are just gonna keep on getting hit with rockets now. Oh my god. What is this game? Tinker is so farmed.
It's just so obnoxious to deal with too. And they have no way of like gaining any vision over here. You can't, there's no cliffs you can ward or anything.
Yeah. Well, Masuko also from the low ground was just right-clicking away at this Bristleback. This is their option. This is their answer. Just turn Bristlebacks back and just soak up as much as you can.
A daring strategy.
Yeah.
Truly innovative. I've seen nothing like it. Alright, Franz. You gotta make a place. Oh, here we go, here we go.
This could be the moment. They're looking for it. Shadowblade forward. But look at him. He's just always blinking.
So sneaky.
He's never.
And then what are you gonna do?
To be.
Oh, Franz.
And look, he's just gonna die at March of the Machines.
Oh no, he's actually dead.
Oh no! Oh god! Oh wow! Don't worry. Nobody saw. It's fine.
Disaster.
Well, they don't have to worry about Axe for a little while. I can't believe that just happened. Now the jump in, gonna go after CC Van, the madman with 4 rockets going everywhere, and he's just gonna keep on blinking around. They don't have any answer to him. Look at him jump all over the place. You know, Iwo is just gonna keep on hitting away at towers any chance that he gets. Oh man.
Like one of the last spots you might have them too, where you actually had a potential ward spot. Find him in those trees by that tower, but not so lucky this time.
I can't believe it.
He is just like such a tinker player.
Yeah, it's so hard for me to keep up with where he's going on the map. The other nice thing about the Aether Lens is that it also increases that blink range, so he can blink further than he would be able to otherwise. It makes him even more difficult to lock down in one particular spot. Like, look at the range that he's blinked there. He went from that range creep all the way over into the side of the woods. Ugh. And they don't, like, they have 2 stuns on their team naturally, with the call coming out from Axe and then the Witch Doctor Cask. Like, they have to itemize some other way to lock this guy down, or there's no answer.
What do you do though? Like, there's no items you can buy, at least with your current gold income, that is.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Bronze. EWolves just like, get out of here. Oh, they're bringing in the Tinker, the big bad boy, the detector.
Oh yeah, they've got the Necros. They're out, and he's just dead again. Oh man. Well, alright, you've got the Bristleback, he has a Mjolnir proc on top of him, he's been able to pick up that Hard Tarrasque. On the other side though, they're going to be able to finish off again the Death Prophet. She goes down. Oh man.
So,
look at these
game
rockets.
3.
I mean, pretty much. Like, you never want to call it too early, but they have no answer.
Oh, I was waiting for that to happen on stream.
All right,
I had to watch the replay of that.
We're watching again, and look at the refraction charges coming out as well from that rocket laser, and CC taking a ton of damage. The blade mail is there. Look at him go. He's just going to be able to jump forward again, finds another kill. There's just this huge amount of damage coming out, and they've got no answer at all. EWolves have put together like one of the most perfect Tinker drafts I think I've ever seen in a while. And it all started early on with that Enchantress being able to set them up to get to a good start with the 2 kills in lane, and I mean, they haven't looked back since, basically.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've ever seen a draft where there were 3 other heroes that could provide summons for him to TP. It's so absurd. And if anyone can take full advantage of that, of course it's going to be, and it's really Smash be trolling, dude.
Yeah.
See what Smash just did?
Where's Smash? What's he doing?
Oh, he's just running up mid. He got some really nice itemization.
Oh yeah, okay.
He was like, you know what, guys, we need the refresher. That's the typical item. And then he was like, oh no, we won. I'm just gonna buy a Battlefield.
Okay, that's good stuff. I like it. Well, he's got the double damage now, so he's going to be able to increase the amount of cleave damage that he does. But again, it's just, I don't even know what to say at this point. Oh my god. This game has just been a cataclysmic failure for FDL. And again, it's not necessarily based on their individual play. It's not necessarily based upon even the way that the sort of game has gone. It's just the picks that it wasn't going to work out if they got off to that good start. And because of that, you can see the TP away almost able to kill off that Witch Doctor. He's able to get away just by the skin of his teeth. Back over here again, Franz looking for his ability to jump on in. They've already popped the Lycan ultimate, going to chase again, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to get the call. There's 2 mobile.
It's been such a weird game.
Yeah.
It's not your average. I mean, any game with Tinker or Naga, you know, it never quite becomes that normal game where you just take objectives and go back and you farm, you take another objective, and then you smoke gank as the enemy team when you're behind a little bit. But this is Tinker. This is Pink Floyd Light Show.
Oh my god, they are going to be able to finally catch him. They've been able to hit the call and the Witch Doctor ultimate as well, but they get the Force Staff from afar. Sukul saves the day. They're going to throw out a really nice ultimate there. It's going to do a lot of damage. MJW also needs to be careful here. He gets hit by a couple more of these hits, and it's going to end up being lights for him. But the jump forward roar onto Lisa. He's going to take a lot of damage there as well. Look at it come out. The Tinker is still doing so much in this fight. He's silenced up for the moment, trying to find the kill, and he ends up having to commit suicide. So Tinker dead for 23 seconds, and suddenly 3 end up going down for EWolves. They lost their tier 3 tower over to the side, but they've been able to make a little bit of a comeback now, trying to find some more, and it looks like Lycan should be able to escape from that.
Yeah, it's easy to act all tough when you've got the basically aircraft carrier hero spamming out missiles and lasers as fast as you can imagine. Everyone's just kind of laughing behind him on EWolves, and he dies. They're like, oh shit.
Are under attack.
We're not actually that far in comparison. Overall items there. That Bloodstone, what a handy item. 20-second respawn, doesn't have to waste his buyback or anything crazy like that. Give him a little bit of breathing room here from FDL, but what can you even do with it?
I mean, again, it's one of those situations where that happened because he was playing a little bit too far out. That was much more a mistake on Van's side than it was like a really huge play coming out from Franz. It's just because it's so hard to play around this, and there's going to be the jump forward. They find again another kill. Van on a mega kill streak and ready to go again, rearmed and solid. Smashing out with the Battle Fury is going to be able to finish those treants off, so good plays there as well.
I'm actually shocked they haven't at this point. I'm not sure. I guess they're hoping they can just kill Tinker, he won't have buyback, and they run down mid. It can happen.
Yeah.
Can't deny that. Not gonna happen by the looks of it. He's saving. He's got the Bloodstone, 3.4k.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is he has the lowered cooldown anyways. Tinker again just jumps in at the Death Prophet, not at all afraid, and goes for another one now. Look at him freaking go. Ends up rearming one more time. Doesn't quite have the mana as of yet, but there's going to be the jump, and the right click does not kill him off. Gets away on almost nothing. They've also caught the Tinker for the moment, but there's going to be the TP away, and while that's happened, space created, because guess what? The barracks are starting to fall down. They're doing a lot of damage there, and it looks like the Lycan is barely going to be able to walk away. The Bristleback can't find the kill as of yet, and GG ends up getting called. That was just the Aegis. EWolves come back strong in game number 2 off the back of that Van Tinker.
It's such a hard game to actually take a look at and be like, what went wrong? I mean, killing the Death Prophet over and over and over in that mid lane is something that we often talk about. When you see a hero, you just want to beat her down as much as you can. Don't ever let her get any semblance of control over the game. Don't allow her to become an issue you actually have to deal with, and CC never was. That was certainly not a concern out of EWolves. They just totally dumpstered